Assalamu alaikum, family. We're live Friday morning coffee talks. Tune in. I got a few commercials. I'm going to show y'all our crystal commemorative Elijah coins, and we're just going to talk about life, love, and business. Be right back in a few minutes. Be a friend and tell a friend. All right. See y'all in a few minutes.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judges, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome. That means peace be unto you. For those of you who don't know, welcome to the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business. And I'm sorry, I'm a little dark. I actually forgot to charge my laptop last night. So I'm kind of scrunched over on the side of the table that is not under the light where I normally am. So bear with me, but it'll be okay. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all, look what we got. We got our blinged out commemorative Elijah coin. They got crystals on them. It took us a lot of time to put this together. So you guys got to check it out. We got a QR code right here where you can purchase them and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. We are on the drive. We are back. Some of you all saw our beautiful statues that went up here in the front of the Elijah Muhammad house. It's so surreal, when you have a vision in your mind and something in your heart and you see it come together. And I remember when we were building the hospital, and I worked on it for 4 years, just collaborating with my business partner. God bless him, because it was his dream as well, but I think I probably drove him a little bit crazy. So, shout out to Dr. Dormu. But the day that we had each step of the way, but the day that we had the ribbon cutting and we were actually standing in front of it, there was this magical, spiritual, divine feeling that is indescribable. I mean, I built stuff before, and I'd seen it come to fruition, but when it's something that big and you work on it that long, it just has a different effect on you. And that's the way it is, right, with the house. When after looking at the statues go up, and I was just amazed at the magic that happens when we allow Allah to flow through us. I mean, just absolute magic. You just wouldn't believe how magical it is. In fact, I was looking for a picture for you guys, but yeah, I'm just excited. Somebody just texted me. People are really starting to talk about the statues, and they're sending pictures and things like that, and it's starting to go viral, right? So in the meanwhile, check out these crystal commemorative Elijah coin sweatshirts. It's actually a hoodie, okay? And we got some other cool things. If you use this QR code, we got like bags, if you can see that. We got just some real nice, cool stuff that I think you guys would be interested in. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was telling you guys about just that, that feeling you get when something comes to fruition. It's absolutely a unique and divine feeling, just very uniquely divine. So I was thinking this week about a lot of stuff. And I'm going to try. We've been showing reruns through the week because I been trying to get adjusted to a new schedule. I've always started my day relatively early, but I didn't always leave the house. And so now I'm leaving the house just to get here to make sure that the team is able to get started and get going. And it's just kind of shook things up a little bit. But I'm working on coming back live daily just to share just some of the thoughts and things that I have throughout the course of the week. And we've got a couple of big presentations coming up that you guys will see the flyers about. And I got to get some coffee up in here. But this week, I was thinking about, a lot about love, a lot about love. And sort of as an extension of what we talked about towards the end of the week, but I was thinking a lot about lifestyle and how your lifestyle tends to dictate what you get out of the universe. And I think the part of it that's often unpredictable is the timing of the interaction of the cause and effect. Please excuse the noise in the background because they're starting to get working and bringing in their equipment, so it might get a little loud, so I apologize. But I was thinking about lifestyle, and somebody had asked me some questions about lifestyle. And, when you're struggling, working, focused on functioning on another frequency level that is different from mainstream society or your immediate circle, your lifestyle becomes very, very important. So you got to know when to show up. You got to know when to go. You got to know who to get hooked to and who to let go of. You have to find this, I call it the magical space of neutrality. The point where you want to be somebody and nobody at the same time. Somebody and nobody at the same time. It's a space of neutrality. So you're filled with all this generous love, this rich, juicy, productive love. And your ego wants you to let everybody know about it. A lot of times that's ego. Your ego will, whatever you're feeling, your ego will jump in and go, come on, let's make ourselves special. The trick is to not try to make yourself special, but to bask in how special you are to God. It's an interesting balance because it's so easy as Allah starts to bless you to stunt, to express yourself in a way that overinflates your ego, to, make everything about you. Every time the bell rings, it's your fight. You got to do this, you got to do that. It's easy to do that. But the trick is to understand that it's not about you. So the neutrality space is, it's about you, but it's not. You're somebody, but you're nobody at the same time. As a conduit, you have no problem being hidden in the edifice with the power flowing through you. And so you're important, but you may not be seen. You may be seen by what you manifest. So if you're a conduit and the electricity is going through you and then things hook to you and become illuminated, that's how you're seen. But you as the conduit may not be seen. You might be buried inside of a wall. but people see you by your effect. People see you and know you because when they hook into you, they get a charge, they get power. And so it's an interesting space to learn how to navigate, in a world that teaches us to bask in people telling us how beautiful we are, to make ourselves special and significant. The idea is to allow your power to show and illuminate who you are. I see you in the chat, Sister Nubia Latifa. Welcome, sis. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's just interesting. And I've been thinking about that because I see so many people, and I get a lot of requests for coaching and consulting, and so many people who are smart, are intelligent, who spend most of their energy trying to make themselves special. I read more than anybody else. I study more than anybody else. I know more than everybody else. I love harder than everybody else. People, we create traumas like, well, because I love so hard, or because this has happened to you, but everything is, the entire focus is trying to be special. And when I say to them, you're out of balance because you're so focused on trying to be special. And whatever way special comes out of your personality, it may be trying to be seen. It may be being sick. Some people love it because it gives them attention. It may be being the loudest. It may be being the flashiest. It may be being the biggest, getting some additions to your body so it's the biggest. Whatever way, it may be just wearing your trauma on your sleeve and always talking about what you've been through. But whatever way your personality says to you, this is how we're going to be special, is where we run the risk of becoming out of balance. That's where we run the risk. The balance is in being somebody and nobody at the same time. So let's say you do a good deed for somebody, and you feel like you need to go tell everybody and advertise it and broadcast it and put it out there to the world and go live with showing people you feeding the homeless and you giving away food and all this stuff, and you want to document your journey. You got to make sure that are you documenting your journey, or are you trying to show the world how special you are? See, this is what happens when we live in a world that's out of balance and doesn't value people for the content of their character and who they are. Especially during this election season, where everything is identity politics. We come out, they got a special message for, Asians, a special message for LGBTQ+, a special message for Black men now, a special message for politicians, for you name it, something special for somebody. But why not focus on the issues? Why you got to talk to me and code switch and figure out how to make yourself seem special to me by pretending like you got a special message for me? Why is it all identity politics? What about the issues? What about the primary issues? It's interesting because we all like to say, well, everybody has the same needs, the same desires, the same wants. We all want the same thing, but we don't talk to each other like that. It's identity politics. It's identity, it's cultural politics. It's code switching. And, so I can relate to Black people. Let me talk about collard greens. And so I can relate to coal miners. Let me call Black people the N-word. Like, it's just all dumb to me. It's just dumb to me. Anyway, going back to lifestyle, I was just thinking about that in terms of lifestyle and neutrality and the power of neutrality and the ability to read and tune in to a situation, utilizing love, finding relief from a pressure cooker. You could have a pressure cooker in your relationship. Your relationship could be a pressure cooker. Your church could be a pressure cooker. Your mosque could be a pressure cooker. Your job could be a pressure cooker, meaning what? Like, you just go there and it's just so much pressure and there's so much negativity and there's so much that you're focused on that doesn't serve you, that you grow into this hypocrisy space where you don't really want to be there, but you're there because your ego says you should be there. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about going into that space of love. And when you go into that space of love and find love inside of that pressure cooker, it relieves it. It relieves it and helps us to get the benefits out of that space that we feel tied to or attached to. At the end of the day, it's about how are we mastering our day-to-day lifestyles, our thoughts, our mental patterns. How are we treating people day by day, hour by hour? What are we thinking? How are we conducting ourselves? How are we eating? Are we working to master a dietary program that works, like How to Eat to Live? Are we mastering that one meal a day and the national fast? Or are we creating all these different variations of it so that it kind of masks the fact that we don't really love it? I don't know, but it's just, I don't know why I've been thinking about this lately, but just thinking about that power of love, what love will do and what we can produce with love. And one of my goals and desires is that when you experience the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum, that you feel my love, which ultimately means you feel love in general. It's not just my love, but that you feel love and you feel the power of it, and you think about a new and unique way to utilize the energy of love. It's my thought that we find another way, that we find a way to love ourselves in a much more deeper, defined way, that fuels creativity, that fuels manifestation, that fuels a connection that is so deep that you go to another level. That other level, like you talking in tongues, like you in another world, that level. And I'm rambling a little bit because I want to get this out and just have you all think about it. It's like when you first see a newborn baby. I remember, I don't have any biological children, but I remember when my oldest nephew was born. And I was in the delivery room. And man, I could cry thinking about it. When I held him as they cut the umbilical cord. And then I walked over with them to like the little cart and they wrapped him. And even when I had to let him go, I didn't want to let him go. And I just had there was just this power, this feeling, this love that I was like, oh my God, I'd never felt anything like it before. And they wrapped him up real tight in the blanket and they gave him back to me. And I just held him, and I had on my glasses at the time, and I was crying and my glasses fogged up. I couldn't even see him. I could just feel him. And when I finally wiped my glasses, there was a glass there. I could see my mom and them cheering. Everybody was clapping because I had to go in there because my brother was about to pass out. So everybody was in there clapping and cheering. But I just remember the feeling of love like I never, ever, ever felt before in my life. It was an amazing feeling. And I always held on to that and cherished that. And I thought, if we lived in that space of love that I'm chasing, that feeling that I had when my little nephew, well, he wasn't little, he was 10 pounds and 21 inches long. When his big old self came kicking up out of the womb, and I held him, I remember thinking, that's a feeling of God. That's a powerful feeling that if we can live there and work from there, if that's our set point, how powerful will we be? And so it's that feeling that I want to share when you come to experience the Elijah Muhammad House. I want you to experience that, seeing your newborn baby for the first time type of love. I want you to experience that I've never felt anything like this type of love. And then I want you to desire to represent it and duplicate it and replicate it among your family, among your people, so that we start sharing and spreading that kind of love. You see, because here the love is in every brick, it's in every piece of plaster, it's in every floorboard and every baseboard, it's in every light, it's in every piece of copper and every piece of limestone, every piece of furniture. It's just palpable in the air. And I want you to feel that. I really, really want you to feel that. And I believe that type of love is going to fuel us to love ourselves and to begin a transformation process that will help us to change our lifestyles, because our lifestyles will dictate where we are and who we are in the future and what we produce. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Monica. She said she's in flight early, trying to be tuned in live this morning. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. So that's what's been on my mind this week. I want you guys to see our crystal commemorative Elijah Coin hoodies. Use this QR code that's right here, right there, to grab one while supplies last. I don't think these are going to last very long, but they are so cool. I'm going to do a live. Maybe I'll go live on IG after this, and just share it and talk to people so that they could see it and be able to purchase some and get you some. Don't forget, we also have the commemorative Elijah coins. But look, man, I'm just in this space of love, and I'm loving it. And it's so powerful because it's just transformative. And it's so, I'm working on just getting down to the granular level with it so that, and it is hard because y'all know the world we live in. People be tripping, and it is hard. But the challenge is to try to be in that. And it doesn't mean that you're mushy all the time. The love may translate into creativity. It may translate into power. It may translate into the manifestation of things that are on your heart. It could be anything. It's just a vibration. It's really what it is. It's a vibe. It's a whole vibration that is absolutely beautiful. But if you spend your time, and here's a trick, y'all. If you work in an environment that is bad for you or doesn't allow you to be in this type of vibrational space, I suggest you start working on making a change. And don't worry about what you're going to be able to do if you make that change, because trust me, God will support you when he can use you more. And so if you're in a relationship, if you're in a situation, you got to figure out how to make that adjustment. If you're that person that shows up in an environment and you really are a hater, you got a real hateful spirit, a real nasty spirit, that's a lifestyle. That mindset is a lifestyle, and being a hater is a lifestyle. And if you move forward with that kind of hateration type of mindset in this day of manifestation, you're going to see it in your lifestyle quicker than you probably would have 20 years ago, 40 years ago, or even 60 years ago. You're going to see it very quickly. Because what's always been the variable there is time. And now that things move quickly and timelines have collapsed, your lifestyle becomes more manifest in your physicality, probably quicker than it did yesterday. So work on your thoughts. Deep down inside, if you've done something to hurt somebody, if you've intentionally tried to, maybe you just ignore somebody that cares about you because you're jealous of them or you got some kind of problem. We gotta work on that, because those strings of thoughts are the basis of our lifestyle. CDM says, ASA says, I held post yesterday, so I view the statue. That moment for me was like the Million Man March. I opened my phone and you're live. I think we should have an annual fundraiser for its upkeep, October 2nd through 7th. Peace. We need to have a daily fundraiser for the upkeep of this baby over here. But yes, 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 I really am grateful for you seeing it and grateful for the idea of a fundraiser. We are still selling these commemorative coins. We got these blinged out Elijah coin hoodies that are currently a fundraiser. We're going to have some more TAMs coming soon. The coins, click that QR code right there. You'll see all kind of ways that you can support. You can Cash App Sajdah Enterprises. You can become a sponsor. So there's all kind of ways. And I'm so grateful that the statue had that kind of an effect on you, like the Million Man March. Million Man March was one of those events that gave you that feeling. And I think for us as a people, oftentimes those feelings are so few and far between, so we don't get to dwell in that space. I call it that divine, godlike space. But, just we should be looking for Allah everywhere so that we have more moments like that, more moments like what you felt when you held post and you saw the statue, and more moments, like I said, from Million Man March, or when my nephew came out of the womb and I was the first person to hold him, we should just have more moments of that. When I go to things like a family reunion, that feeling of love that's in your heart where it's so deep that it almost hurts. That's that space. That's that space of God. Because that's how much he loves us. And so we talked earlier about going to the magical space of neutrality and being nobody and somebody at the same time, and understanding how love can take us there. It's very, very powerful, and it can help us be very balanced as leaders. Okay. Any questions? I see a couple of y'all in the chat, and I know we haven't been going live, so a lot of people are thinking probably that we were going to show reruns, but I'll be live, inshallah, tomorrow morning as well. And I'm thinking about going live on Instagram on the Sajdah House page to talk a little bit more about the blinged out crystal sweatshirts that we got this morning. It's actually a hoodie, you can see, and you can see the bling. Y'all see it? You see the bling? And you can use the QR code that's right here. If you're on social media, there's a link in the bio. If you're looking at me anywhere, just put your camera up to the screen and it should capture that QR code there, and you can go out there and order it. You can get your commemorative Elijah coin. If you don't have your coin, so let me tell you all about the coins. Yes, we made the coins out of copper from the home here. Recycled it, smelted it down, 1,983 degrees Fahrenheit. That's behind me on this display is a picture of the coin right there. That's the front. And then over here is the back. You see the house? And the coin is going to give you membership for entry and special access to the house when we open. And this is very, very important. I can't stress this enough. We have thousands of people that want to come here to visit. Okay? Thousands. And so the way to keep it special to those of you who have supported along the journey will be the usage of the coins. Okay. And so we're working on the website now. You're going to use the number on the top of the coin. That's going to be your membership number. You're going to go into the website, get yourself all set up. But most importantly, you get free access. So when we open up the schedule, you just go out there and you book. Children under 12 will be free, but those with the commemorative coin with the number on it will get a free membership. You'll get discounts on events. We're going to have some cultural nights next summer, inshallah, where we'll have access to some live tapings of some powerful talks and shows. But you just want access to this experience. It's not going to be like another museum where once you come here, you've seen it and that's it, that's all. The goal, inshallah, is that every time you come, it's different. And every time you see it, it's different. Every time you experience it, it's different. And so that's that's the desire. And so you won't get bored. You won't get bored coming here. Inshallah, you won't. Inshallah, you won't. Inshallah, we can transfer all this love, the love that's inside of me, the love that I got from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the love that's all up inside of these walls. You'll be able to feel some of that. Yeah. So any other comments, any other questions before we go? I'm going to take a few minutes and then I'm going to jump over live. I think on Instagram for a few minutes and just talk there because I haven't done that in a while on the Sajdah House Instagram. Okay. So use a QR code, get your shirt, get your blinged out. You can see the bling, you see the light shining on it. It's blinging. It's so cute. It's so cute. You're gonna be mad if you don't have one of these, let me tell you. They're nice, heavy duty. They're all white. I don't have any other colors in this. I have some others that are going to be black, but it's a different design. But this is white, so you're going to feel special when you're in this white. It's all crisp and clean. It's got these silver, clear, and black crystals. And it took us a little bit of ingenuity to put this together. Shout out to my brother Kevin, who has been such a great partner in all of this. So he helped me figure out how we're going to get the crystals on there and where we could go to put them on there, and how we could get you guys some really solid and durable heavy duty sweatshirt material that's going to wash up good. This is going to have to be hand washed, y'all, and I'll put the care instructions inside of your package. And don't forget, you know, these hoodies, the coins, they make great Savior's Day gifts. And so we're working on a new campaign where, you know, give these Elijah coins out as Savior's Day gifts, Christmas gifts, Kwanzaa gifts, holiday gifts. That's the goal. So we got, we're ready for you. So use that QR code right there, order yours today. Yeah, that's it. So I'll see y'all in a few. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. We'll be live again right here for Coffee Talks tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. And I'm going to jump over live on IG. So we're going to go. Give me about 5 minutes and we'll go jump out there and see what's going on. Okay. Thank you, Sister Monica, Nubia Latifa, CDM. Thank you, CDM, for your service. I don't know if you knew this, but the FOI on the statue is the one who powers the cracked atom that's at the top of the statue. So if the FOI is not illuminated, then the cracked atom does not illuminate. So it's just a cool feature that we did to really dedicate the statue to the FOI, to the men of the nation, our Black men, our brothers who are oftentimes thrown away and discarded. And I think it's interesting that we in fact did put it up during the week of the Holy Day of Atonement. We actually started back construction on October 7th, the birth anniversary of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So yes, QR code, QR code, QR code, use it, support, support, support. We really appreciate you and thank you. And I'll see you all soon, inshallah. All right, peace and blessings, family. Ooh-wee.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who in my judgment is the master historian, taught us that of all our studies, history is the most attractive, and it is best qualified to reward the researcher. History is most attractive. Why should history be most attractive? Because history is the recorded time of the human family in its struggle to overcome obstacles. There is no life that is without struggle. The Holy Quran teaches us that man, meaning man and woman, is made to face difficulties. And after difficulty comes ease. But it is history that guides us through difficulty. For if you know how people who had difficulty yesterday got through, and if your difficulty is somewhat similar, then today we also can get through if we follow the guidance of history. This is why Carter G. Woodson and many of our black giants fought for black people to know our history. Because in not knowing our history, we don't have a guide. And without a guide, we are lost. No wonder the